Hello and welcome to Magic with Melly. Today's video is a Melly Monday. The only thing that's making it a Melly Monday is that I'm recording it on a Monday. But if you're finding this on a different day than a Monday, then trust that you're finding this message in divine timing. That if you were drawn to the title, if you're drawn to anything about this reading, then maybe this reading was meant to find you for the unique reason in your journey. So we are clearing with a sage burning here. Today's reading, it's essentially taken all day to come here. It is late evening. My intention was to bring this reading earlier forward, but as things progress, not everything goes to plan, and that is all right. Healing occurs, lesson building occurs, important things progress. I think that if you're not ready to hear certain messages, you won't hear them. And when you are ready, you will hear them in divine timing so that you can finally do something about it. And if you do not do something about it, you'll be repeatedly seeing the same cycles or the same lessons over and over again. Let's talk about the giant Rider-Waite and what's on the table, you guys. The title says heal to reveal. So you guys are seeing quite some things being revealed to you, whether it's abundance in good or abundance in bad. Whatever it is, healing is doing a lot of exposing of things of the past, exposing of even things right now that aren't working or are working. Like you're seeing a lot of things that are good, a lot of things that are okay. So like I said, we're going to talk about the giant Rider-Waite. We have Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this energy you've been wanting of being healthy, loving, getting what you want, having what you want, having a sustainable life, a stable life, I'm hearing, financial freedom, financial security. I'm hearing that just some of these are just really strong manifestations or strong dream, like, you know, like we just have really big goals when it comes to things. When you think about it, you think you go big or you go home. With the Page of Swords, I feel like your energy or your communication surrounding it is a bit immature or a bit fresh. And it kind of locks you up in some situations. Maybe you haven't experienced what it's like to have what you want before, but with this independence, you're strengthening your voice, you're strengthening, speaking from your independence, speaking from this new stage of who you are. It can be quite easy to revert back to you know, an old way of being, but with the Hanged Man, I think this new way, this new operative is, it's doing you a number for sure. The Nine of Pentacles is showing that there's a lot that you are withstanding or withholding at this time, and Spirit saying awesome, because we have the Page of Pentacles jumping up to an Ace of Pentacles. The energy here is strong. You guys are powerful, or your situation is powerful. There's lots of healing happening, and when a lot of healing is occurring, or even if you are a very important, everyone on this plane of existence is important, but it's essentially like you're now viewing your healing journey as important. And now that you are in this perspective, Spirit then is on their A game with protecting your, like, where you're at. I think both with yourself and your spirit guides are coming into alignment of, you want what's best for you. Your spirit guides have always wanted what's best for you. But it's like, have you wanted what's best for you? Have you listened to what's best for you? Healing is revealing in many ways, and you can fall into, you know, when things are revealed in a negative way, are you paying attention to that, and how much attention are you paying to that? And then if you're healing in a positive way, because healing can sometimes have an adverse effect where it feels like you're being pulled back like a slingshot, and so you're gonna feel pulled back, yeah, but then think about it as like it's projecting you forward, right? If you get pulled back, it's maybe just to help you go quicker. And so maybe take that into consideration in this placement where you're, you know, healing and revealing a lot of things, where some things are going to set you back. It's going to humble the hell out of you. Okay. I have all of these decks out. This is the entire setup for today's reading. I feel like there's so many blockages. There could be up to 9 blockages. There is a 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is you feeling like you have so many obstacles against you behind your back. And maybe you have a little birdie that's speaking in your ear about maybe all this, maybe some of you have betrayal in your corner. And all you want is for kind of this immature energy to be over. We have Page of Pentacles to Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, just speak up, speak from truth, speak, have conversations with this betrayal, with whatever is being revealed to you, address it as it's happening. Do not only pick and choose the good and bad to address and to focus on. You need to actually address everything in life and not just ignore or pay attention to what it is that you want. Some things are just not that much in your control. Like, there is a balance control thing here with you versus the universe. So you need to be in alignment with trusting the universe, that if the universe took something away from you, it's because it wasn't meant to stay around. Anyway, I don't know what more in this beginner part of the video is needed for you guys. I think you guys are kind of waiting now for me to kick on to the live shuffles and to get some more messages out. So this is a Butterfly Oracle by Doreen. We have Care Bears. We have Feather messages, Archangel Raphael messages, Sage Tarot, a regular Rider-Waite Tarot. I have the Gilded Reverie Extended and the Dark Mirror. Some of us are dealing with some shadow energy, shadow work. And again, with healing, some of this is going to be triggering. I'm going to just set a warning here right now. Some things are just not for everyone in readings and with when it comes to advice. When you go to a friend for you know, if you feel overwhelmed with your emotion, you go to a friend, maybe you wanted to talk and they give you advice and it was unwarranted. So realize that sometimes advice is for somebody else and you maybe didn't need advice. Maybe you just wanted to be heard. And so really take messages in this reading however you think it applies for you. If you feel like you just need to listen, then you just need to listen. If you need to listen and apply, then listen and apply. If you feel like you want to apply something but now's not the time, you will know that for yourself as well. Put your unique placements where they belong, but do not put anyone's situation where, you know, don't try and fit someone's situation into your situation. Realize that this is a general reading. that many situations can apply for the same energy, and I'm trying to read energy, but if there is a very specific message for someone, they need to hear it. It's to be left in the message for them, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. Realize that, and do not, hold responsibility for your own actions if you had a misinterpretation or a misunderstanding or anything like that. um, you'll know as well. Okay, if you are ready, then go ahead and like, comment, share. We shall grow together. And all right, let's kick on. I'm going to clear space and get to the reading. I'm so excited. We are here healing and just finding our healing journey to be very important. I did sage, as you saw, to begin with, so we have clean energy going on. I'm going to make sure to say an affirmation, a prayer, making sure that the collective stays remaining protected, respected, loved, and in highest good, for the highest good of all, trusting that no spirits that have ill intent be in the reading for the collective. Only messages for the highest good for the collective shall be here. And we're going to move forward. We only want messages of healing in this reading, please. What does Spirit have to say for the collective for this reading? Do I take all of these? Yes, I will. So it says religion and spirituality. This card says realization and epiphanies, healthcare change, emotions, and new career and leaving. So these cards could be indicating something important for you. You can maybe pull out 2 or 3 important cards or take the entire spread if you want to. All right, religion and spirituality, I think that's a really giant thing here for when it comes to healing. You do not have to take a religion entirely, like embody a religion entirely. The difference between religion and spirituality is religion is a structure. There is a structure that is built historically based off of understanding spirituality or understanding source or God, angels, how the other realms works. That is all religion is, like the structure of trying to understand it. Spirituality is openness. Spirituality is on a one-on-one basis where like you work with your spirit and your energy and what is important to you with spirit, and in your universe, and with that you could build your own structure. It doesn't have to have a name like religion does. You can just call it your own, like how your own universe works, or how your own, like your own spiritual journey, your own healing journey, right? We're talking about healing and how healing reveals kind of maybe too much sometimes. I think that's where some of the overwhelming energy could have been from last week, because we did talk about some overwhelming energy last week in the collective. And so even if you haven't been with if the timeline for you is out of order or in order, you're having your own realizations and epiphanies about, what's important about your health, what things need to change about how you're paying attention to your health. Again, healthcare change, it could be maybe you're literally changing insurances for like actual physical matters, and this is your validation there. Or that you are changing, doctors, that you realize that maybe someone who had been providing care for you wasn't actually the best care for you, and that you are welcome to changing services. Maybe that is a message that you needed to hear, is that you need to change healthcare services, like maybe upgrade to something that would be more beneficial for you, and maybe not necessarily that something is not working, but if there is something better for you, you can explore that. But then there's this emotions. Okay, realize that sometimes if it ain't broke, it don't need to be fixed. But at the same time, your emotions will definitely show you, you know, what needs to be fixed, what's already healed, and what hasn't been healed. When, yeah, like I said, what needs to be fixed, what hasn't, what doesn't need to be fixed. And you'll know, because like you'll see yourself in the same situation and saying something that like experiencing or re-experiencing something that would normally hurt you, and it doesn't. It's like you came out of it stronger, or came out of it more with more knowledge or more information than you had before. And so new career, maybe you've learned everything that you need to learn, or like again, healing isn't just getting hurt and you know, repairing what's been damaged. It could also just be doing better than you've ever done before. Maybe there's a lot of healing in generational cycles. And so if religion and spirituality is a really heavy thing in your life, you're seeing weight in a new career that you want to pursue something like this, but that isn't that isn't necessarily for everyone to run a spiritual career. It could be quite heavy, right? So with leaving, I think you're realizing what is too much of a load to carry when it comes to what's happening in your surroundings. I think that um, when things get too heavy, you realize that you do reserve a right to be able to leave, that a lot of problems don't have to necessarily be your problems, that whatever your problems are right now, they may not be your problem a year from now or even weeks from now. So again, maybe this is something that maybe needs to be re-revealed to you, that a lot of your life is not as solid or as temporary as you think it is. It is as much as you are making it to be. And so be careful with the types of emotions that you react upon or that you are behaving surrounding, because again, behaving and actions, I think, there's a distinction, and some of us maybe need to hear the distinction as well, is that an action can have intentions, like a very specific intention behind the action, but a behavior is more character based off of, is that person a good or bad person? Are they repeatedly defending the same thing, repeatedly showing up the same way? That is behavior. It is a set of actions. Behavior is a set of energies and actions that is definitive of the character. Behavioral things can be harder to heal and reveal to somebody, because maybe they don't even realize that they're repeatedly doing the same thing. And you're repeatedly having arguments. Maybe this is the situation where you know how to heal, but maybe your person doesn't know how to heal, or vice versa. Take that however it works for you. There is some situation where it may be hard to understand where to heal, and with the uncovering, again, overwhelming, and when emotions are high, it can get kind of chaotic. Just a reminder there. But in this time and space, again, for the highest good for the collective, we want to know some messages. Archangel Raphael, improving health. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about the situation. Again, healthcare change, improving health. It is really important to focus on your health and your situation at this time, Spirit is saying, because if you have bad health, and you know you're kind of operating off of bad health, it's just like a sickness. It's contagious, to as sensitive as like as like when you're sick and you have a cough or sneeze, and you cough or sneeze near somebody, and then they have the potential to get sick. It's the same thing with an energy thing. If you're not feeling well, if you have overthinking tendencies, um, yeah, sharing them it's really revealing and healing. But again, it's gonna take this. It's gonna take you back a few notches, and then it's gonna project you forward. Maybe you're in a time and space where you need to nourish yourself. Nutritionist, consult a nutritionist. Um, Now, it could be very specific to food. Maybe there's a food sensitivity in the healing process for you guys, and you need to be in more something that's a diet that's more nutritious. And it's not that diet, again, is a trigger word. Trigger words are very sensitive, right? So diet is going to be a unique track for you. You are going to be the decider between what's good for you, what's not for you, what you want to continue doing and what you don't want to continue doing in regards to your routine and specific to your diet. Would you like to add in more water? Would you like to add in more tea, less caffeine, more junk food, less junk food? If you would like to eat out more, eat in more, do prep cooking, do less cooking. Everyone has like a different thing that is needed or wanted in their situations. And so um, when someone is on a weight gain journey, there's also another that is on a weight loss journey. And there's so many people that are on a maintenance journey where they're just happy where they're at and they just want to maintain the same thing. I think that is really important, is maintaining what is good. And so this card says, Dear Archangel Raphael, I turn my eating over to you and ask you to guide me to foods and beverages that taste good, are fulfilling, and support my ideal health and weight. So maybe reconsider why you choose certain foods. Is it, first see it as see yourself as like see it as a nutritional value. What type of nutritional value is it gonna give you? Snacking can still be snacking, but it's like the type of snacking can really have an adverse effect or a good effect. Second opinion, maybe you're just having second opinions, period, about um your placements in life, what you've chosen, and all these things. Again, with having to change things around, um, meditation is really going to give you this clarity that you're asking for. Because again, second opinion could be a second opinion on what you need, what you want to eat. Maybe you like it's alternative things, alternative choices of things to eat, of healthcare, alternative choices of your partner, alternative choices of work, alternative choices of religion, spirituality. Like there's so many different placements. So with the second opinion card, it says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, guide me to the best healthcare professionals for the situation. So again, healthcare professionals, that is going to be a service that you'll know what you need. Maybe you want to go into more massage therapy or even mental health therapy, or there's acupressures, there's chakra balancing, energy healing, crystal healing. So, second opinions aren't always the first option, or the first opinion isn't always the best opinion. Maybe you need more than one opinion or more than one perspective. And meditation, again, if you need some clarity on your situation, maybe coming into a meditative state, even actually meditating could help, even in the situation. If you give yourself 5, if you give yourself 10 minutes, if you give yourself even just like 30 seconds to cool down before you have a response on something, it could really do like have a ripple effect. If you just have never done something like to calm yourself or calm your emotions before making a decision or before leaving something, like some of you have like either give yourself too much time to think or not enough time to think. And with this meditation, dear Archangel Raphael, please meditate with me and guide my mind and body to focus upon peace, health, and wellness. So with this, holding this in your heart space, you can receive the clarity that you need, especially in meditation. A lot of times our intuition and our anxiety and things can be confused. You know, fear of the unknown kind of gets in the way. I have Three of Cups as the back of the deck energy on this Rider-Waite. And so I think there's been a big highlight on the potentiality of situations when it comes to healing. I think that you know, the healing potential is you want 100% idealisms. And when you don't see that, then you kind of revert back in a different way, and then you then focus on the opposite energy. And because, like, you know, potential is like, you could realize a really amazing potential, or you can realize a nightmare, you know. And I think that's this thing with the Three of Cups, because that's the energy I'm getting with the Three of Cups, because I think that some of us, um, in the collective, maybe, right, I'm just viewing the Two of Cups as feeling really connected no matter where you go, whether it's career or connection based or whatever. But then with the Third Cup, it's just this embodiment of any third energy kind of just threw you off and you didn't know what to do. And it's like spirit saying, focus on yourself, focus on your health, because you're paying so much attention to the, like, how the connection is not working at this time. Is like, because you're supposed to be disconnected at this time. You're supposed to be disconnected so that there's time and space to heal, so there's time and space to just have room for that growth. You know, there's been a lot revealed, so now what do you do with it? It's overwhelming, so now it's like you need to kind of settle or spread the abundance. But let's get out maybe some validating messages from the tarot real quick, just to see a quick update on what's going on with the collective after post the messages from Doreen Virtue's oracle cards. I love Doreen Virtue cards, but she's out of print, so I actually feel kind of interesting using her cards on screen. But they're amazing, so I can't help it. But these are the cards that came out. I did mention that Two of Cups and the Three of Cups energy before when I picked up the deck, the back of the deck energy. We have the Chariot, we have the Seven of Wands reverse, and the Star reverse. I think you or your person, or just how the situation is playing out, is that whatever resistance that had been in the situation before, it's being released. Whatever resistance is feeling like it's released, because there's a lot of just readiness to have what we want and just have, like, approach ourselves healing in a healing way, but we don't really feel like we're there yet. I think the Star reverse is like we're still figuring out how much, like, where, like, what energy is, where it goes, how it works, understanding your own energy, understanding your own self and your own placements. I think the Star is like, there is confusion, but you're dissolving your resistance when it comes to the unknown, or even when it comes to being confused. You are more action forward towards when, like, what you actually want. And, you know, coming into good energy and having this energy kind of say goodbye. We have the Knight of Cups. There is oh my gosh, I love seeing the Six of Wands here, especially after the High Priestess and the Lovers. You have a Gemini in your energy, or you may have an Aquarius in your energy, but you don't have to specifically be dealing with those zodiacs. You could just be having those in your placements, or your person may have those in those placements. But again, if it doesn't apply, then maybe it doesn't apply. But with the High Priestess card and the Lover's card, there is a, in order to protect your connection or protect your energy or protect your situation, Spirit wants to highlight your choices have to be from of balance. And if you are in healthy balance, you will see success. If you're not in healthy balance, you will see some more things kind of fall apart. In order to bring in a rebalance, see that some things are just falling apart because they're meant to be. It's a lesson thing. And if you haven't looked toward yourself for what the lesson is, then you'll repeat the lesson until you actually see what the lesson is. And so, yeah, there's that. And I'm going to get out a Care Bear, a few Care Bear cards and see kind of an energy for the collective. Let's see what energy the collective is in right now. We have the Three of Spades. And I love that the Care Bear has a rainbow on it. And I don't know what Care Bear that is. I do love the Care Bears for what they stand for, but I am not familiar with any of their names, like specifically. This one wanted to be reversed, but honestly, I think it's just like the universe, your spirit guides. What's happening here in the card reading is that you need to tap into your artistic kind of side of yourself when you feel, because this looks kind of the Three of Spades to me. I'm reading that as Three of Swords. As happy as this Care Bear looks, I think you're faking it to make it. And it's like, no, really, like, don't ignore how bad you feel. Turn it into, like, this key word for you is catharsis or cathartic. CATHARSIS. I think I spelled it right, but let me try it again. CATHARSIS. Catharsis. And that's all about channeling your energy, your painful energy, your, like, however you're feeling emotions, but putting it into art, into an art form, channeling out. Either it doesn't have to be an art form that is like painting, it could be writing, it could be just channeling it out so you can understand it. This one was in reverse too, but it looks like it's the Care Bear with a heart and a light. It's holding a light out to maybe find something. It's like you need to find yourself. You need to look under yourself. Uncloud your judgment with yourself. Ace of Pentacles. You'll feel, this bear is lucky. You're gonna feel really lucky when you float in this space of love. Okay, you're gonna feel like your opportunities are gonna be working out for you in this space of love. The things will work out for you when you're in that space of love. The universe isn't going to show you or give you love if you don't have that. It's going to attempt to test you to see if you're there yet. It's going to maybe halfway give you a blessing, see what you'll do with it, and then take it away if you're not ready yet. But if you are ready, it's going to stay. You know, that's the thing. It's like maybe the person, it's like all about the life choices, right? This is Queen of Swords. So maybe the connection is being affected by a Queen of Swords. Three of Cups, that's the validation right there. If there is a Queen of Swords in the situation and you don't resonate with Queen of Swords, sorry, this is that Queen of Cups, right? That high potential. Maybe you're realizing that you put the potential in the wrong placements and you need to put the potential in a positive context, not potential on the worst context. I did this to myself earlier, if I'm going to be like really honest, where I just kind of focused on the potentials of the worsts, and that's just, that doesn't serve me any good at all. This Four of Swords, that this is exactly this energy that I got put in with, like, just the stars make you, it's delusional feeling, it's delusional It's crazy feeling. And here, 9 of Cups reverse, you don't feel like a star when you're in this energy, and that's okay. Again, love and healing and all that all this about this journey is not perfect. So you're not going to feel perfect today. You're not going to feel your best today, but your best as often as possible is what's important. And you know, what's your best on a bad day is still your best, period. Just because you're comparing your best today versus like a different day that was like an amazing day, that doesn't mean your best is any different. Your best is what you could do. And so just don't do that to yourself. Like that comparison thing. Cause that shit really, like, that's just like, give yourself that whole space for like, for not doing that, for learning, figuring out how not to do certain things to yourself anymore. We have that like that heal to reveal yourself, the things that you even do that your own way. And it's frustrating, I think, because you find yourself doing the same things over and over. Falcon, use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Some of you already have been holding on to a decision, and this is like, Spirit's like, why are you delaying something you already know you want to do? Like, just do it. You know, you're the consequence is that the situation will get worse the longer you delay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Robin, this card says new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. So Spirit's saying you're delaying and inevitable by not